Ulthwe Eldar, so the dark and super emo, but not emo enough to be Drukhari, but you know, dark and brooding, and they love the Storm Guardian, sorry, but this is just a regular Guardian. He can storm if he wants to, but we're not going to force anything on him. So this starts on a black primer, but because, you know, it's not really perfect, we're going to just give it just another little coat of matte black here, just to make sure that it's silky smooth to start with. So I'm mostly focusing on the bottom part, because that's the part that we're not really going to touch with the highlighting and everything, right? So the top part, it should be sprayed with our other colors and our accent color. There we go. So we really don't need a lot here. Give this a good shake. So that's, you know, that's a really dark. They say green. It's green, but that's an ocean color, basically, like that dark, deep green. So Stegadon scale green is really nice. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna airbrush from the top down. So so basically anything that's underneath is gonna stay black, and everything that's on top is gonna be Stegadon. And you can go as heavy or as light as you want here. Basically, if you go light, you can maybe save on the wash. But I like the shading that we get. So I like to take it to the, you know, not the extreme, because, you know, we're not there yet. And again, we don't want to turn this guy into like a turquoise marine, turquoise Eldar. You know, nothing against those, but that's not what we're after here. All right, so that's. So, and then we're gonna go straight with Ahriman blue, and we're gonna kind of continue what we're doing right now. Oops. Perfect. But now we're gonna. So now this we have to be careful, because this is like really potent, right? Like this is, you know, black. Like this is like a big step. That's like cranking it up. So we don't want to, you know, we don't want to overdo it here. We want to do it, but we don't want to overdo it. Is what I'm saying. Is what I'm getting at. All right, so let's put it that way. This should be good thinning wise. Oh yeah. See, so now this is now we're gonna light here, so you know, chill. Okay, now's not the time to Leroy this sitch. So we're gonna start from the top, and then we're just gonna go really slowly and really carefully. And you can kind of like choose where you want these highlights to be. So I like the foot and the outside of the legs, because I think that's the interesting part. And then I like one side more than the other for the head. It gives it like an interesting, you know, an interesting shade of like it's going this way rather than just like straight down, which is, you know, not boring, because, you know, it's not just like a primer and everything, but, you know. All right, perfect. So now it cannot stay like this, right? So that's okay. We knew this was going to happen. I warned y'all. We knew what we were getting into, but that's okay, because now we're going to bring that black with the Nuln Oil, and that's going to be our thing. But again, maybe you like this, you know, turquoise thing or turquoise tint to it, and then in that case, just, you know, leave it be. That's perfectly fine. You don't need to come back, but in terms of, you don't need to do it to bring back the black, but in terms of like accuracy, I guess, we want to. They're black, they're not dark green. But adding the dark green instead of going like with a charcoal color, it makes this scheme here very interesting, and it allows us to have something other than just like black and bone. with very little effort, mind you. Like it's not that complicated because it's the same color. If we wanted to do a boring or a plain look, it's still like 3 colors, and then you get to do the black if you want to. So you're not really, you're not saving time by doing it the standard flat way, and you're not taking extra time doing the fun color. And then we could do highlights here again, edge highlights and everything. That would look fine if we wanted to, but I think this is more than enough. And we're just gonna go one even coat because we don't need to overdo it. So this is what we got. Again, we can let this dry and then come back if we want to with more shading. That's an option that we got. But in the meantime, we're just gonna go for the bone color here because that's really just that's pretty much all there is for Ulthwe, right? So it's the gun and then it's the reverse face that we said. Okay. So now let's use our Morghast bone color again. If you have Zandri Dust would work fine. I don't know why. This is the one that's out today apparently. So we're doing everything with Morghast bone today, but they work. They all work. So let's go here, and then we're gonna go somewhat slowly here because the shade is still pretty wet. So just looking for one coat here, one thin coat, and then we'll make Duncan proud and do a second thin coat later. So I'm trying to dodge that little Eldar symbol there on the bottom of the gun because I like to keep it black. So now we're now getting to something like this, which gotta admit I like it a lot. There we go. So now we are going to highlight this this bone color. Everything that's bone color currently we're going to highlight. And we are going to do this with skeleton bone because I think it looks really sweet. So we can be pretty not necessarily generous, but we don't need to blend this in perfectly because we're gonna shade it in a minute here, and that is gonna kind of take care of the blending part of everything. Like so. So I'm doing almost all of the edges, and then I'm kind of bulking up all of these edges again after. Because I don't want just edge highlights, otherwise it's going to be very, very boring. Instead I'm looking to get like almost like a third of the color to be... Because you have to assume that every crack is also going to have some sepia in it, right? Because we're going to shade this in an instant. We don't want to just have like... everything in one bone color, and then small lines of white and small lines of sepia shade. Like it would be it would not be great. So now for the face, you can kind of follow what you did with the green earlier, right? So we sprayed that way with our green. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna just highlight the top left side here with the white, and that will kind of keep the same shadows in there, and that's pretty easy. Again, nothing that we're doing right now is complex. So we're just gonna add that little Eldar like cross symbol here. We're just gonna add it on top of our little dude's head here, because we can. Maybe we destroy it completely. I don't know. I don't know what could happen. But no, I'm honestly I'm pretty happy about this. But now we get to add some red again. I don't know what the Eldar. Oh yeah. You can definitely add decals as well if you are so inclined, for sure. Because they make them available, and well, we should make that at some point. I don't bring them here, but we should use decals and then mark fit and whatnot, because I have all of these products, so that will make good videos. I think yeah, I think Renegade is Renegade X79 years onto something. Next time we'll use decals. We'll bring decals here, and we'll use them. So now we're gonna go ahead and add a couple of these, couple of this red here. We'll do the eyes, and we'll do a couple of the gemstones with the red. We're gonna come back here with our little bone color and do that little whatever ribbon that's on his shoulder. He's got that junky rubber band on his shoulders, so we're gonna paint those with our bone color. They're the same Guardian. They're the same ones, the new ones. They're the exact same. They have more face options. Nobody cares about the Eldar faces. We got one. That's not true. We got one. He's got the fancy little haircut. Alright, so let's just add these little red here on top, red here. So we're just highlighting this, the red here, the little gems, just to make them stand out. And next, or last, I guess I should say, we're just gonna add some of that sepia wash to the bone. Everything that's bone colored, we are gonna add the sepia. And again, here we're not gonna go super overboard. We're just gonna do one light coat on everything. Might even leave the face alone. I think we're gonna leave the face alone, guys. Much like Brittany, we're gonna leave the face alone. So it's kind of hard to see anyway, so it doesn't matter that much. Exactly. One thick coat would not make Duncan proud, but this is a shade, so I think we're allowed to do it. Oh, my only goal, by the way, in this whole endeavor is that Duncan, I get big enough so that Duncan sees one of the times that I shit on him during the painted. Well, no, because we don't really shit on him. We kind of honor him, because I always say like Duncan would be proud and everything, you know. I want to have like one proud dad moment with Duncan. I want to be big enough that Duncan has like this proud dad moment of like, you did it, Max Dubois, you did it correctly. So that's my only, that's a bucket list item for you guys. So now we got our little Ulthwe guy here. Again, mine leans on the green, but that's because we wanted something interesting. There's a bunch of ways to do him. I'm not gonna say not interesting, but more classical. But now the main thing is once we switch out the base, is going to look a lot better, because the base has like a lot more green. So let's remove it here, and let's give Parabellum N a little heart attack. When in doubt, go with the first. They were quite similar, so it's not not that big a deal. Like so. Just a little dab of this activator thingy. There we go. It makes sense to do the edges black in this case. And then lo and behold, we got sexy little Eldar dude.